Rickshaw's Insider Guide to Online China Train Tickets. Buying a train ticket in China is often frustrating and stressful. Online ticketing has not changed this. In fact, it is a new hassle. So let me introduce the situation and some of my own personal experiences since the rise of online train tickets. I hope this helps you understand the pros and cons and gives you an overview of the situation. Firstly, ticket availability issues. I visited Guilin Station July 2012 to try to obtain a ticket from Guilin to Shenzhen 10 days in advance. At this time, they issued tickets 10 days before travel. Be aware that in some seasons, this is often reduced to just a few days, like at Chinese New Year. So, being organized, I went just before midnight in person to buy my ticket. Just a few seconds into day 10, I was at the ticket window, and what do you know? All the tickets are sold out, hard sleeper and soft sleeper. So I asked about alternative dates, but all sold out. There was no festival, no special holiday. This occurred 3 times to me in 2012 since online train tickets were launched, the only 3 times I ever needed a train. The reality is, even being prepared, going to the main train station in the departing city, speaking Chinese, I still can't buy a train ticket and end up buying flights. Clearly, there are some factors at play. There are a number of theories I have related to the rise of domestic tourism market and possible relationships that cause things to be sold to the second of release, but let's just leave my speculation aside. China Highlights and other travel agents have the same hassle as me. They are being totally transparent about the situation and even wanted to post my video on their website. Next up is seats allocated problems. Besides the ticket availability problem, seats or bed allocation is an issue. In China, hard sleeper is most popular with locals and tourists, including myself, but getting seats together is more and more unlikely. I'm sure many of you might prefer the wider bottom bed as it avoids the climb or to sleep opposite friends. But here's the deal. When making online bookings, no one can request bottom, middle, or the cheaper top beds, and no one can guarantee it to you. The other complication comes with soft sleeper as it only holds 4 people. You have a door to the corridor, and if a family or group of friends, it's quite private and feels more secure, and the beds are softer. So a good choice for a small group. So many people read about this and think, let's travel as a 4 in a soft sleeper compartment. However, no matter how much you are paying more for a soft sleeper, there is no way to ensure 4 beds in the same compartment or even car. In reality, you get what you are given. It is likely that you are even allocated seats in the same car and together. And I know China Highlights team wish the situation was different. Sorting out your train ticket in advance is great, and it enables you to plan your vacation and maximize your holiday. So please be patient and polite with the process and China Highlights staff as they do their very best to help you get train tickets you need and for free. Okay, just 3 more important things you need to know about: ticket collection, lost tickets and refunds or cancellations. First, ticket collection. If you opt to collect tickets from the train station, the line can be long. To ensure you make the train, I recommend being at the train station to collect your ticket at least 3 hours before. Consider even longer at Chinese festivals or busy periods. Okay, lost tickets. China Highlights will even arrange for one of our local guides or agents to deliver the ticket to your hotel. Or in some cities, they use a reputable and reliable courier service, but as with anything, a loss or delay could occur. In the case of a lost or stolen ticket, to get a ticket reissued is often not possible. Your only option is likely to make a claim on your travel insurance, and this might require a police report. I filed a police report in China in 2011. This was not easy. I was driven in a police car to 5 different police stations before they found the one who handled this type of crime. It took nearly all day. I then had to pay my travel insurance, excess fee, and even a translation company for the police report. So clearly it is the worst that happened and your ticket was lost or not at the hotel for some reason. You have to absorb the cost of the lost ticket. It's also cost effective not to do so. This situation will be rare, but it is important to understand that risk, especially if you have a connecting flight, prepaid hotels or tours that are affected. Of course, no one can be responsible for this, and I advise everyone to ensure they have adequate travel insurance. Finally, cancellations and refunds. Like me, you probably have heard that you can get a refund losing a small percentage of the original ticket price. You might think that this could be useful if your plans change, but don't bother with this. The process is a hassle and the time to receive the refund is more than 2 weeks. So in reality, a tourist would have often left the city or even China, so we would advise you to consider refunds as generally a not viable option. In my view, China offers the best customer service and has outstanding integrity. However, the nature of the train ticket booking system leaves them offering a service that could leave you disappointed. They were considering stopping these free services as problems could reflect badly on them, despite these problems being totally out of their control. I am so glad they didn't, as it is useful to me and many others. On behalf of Rickshaw, I'm Jane, and I hope you found this video useful, and I wish you a wonderful trip. Bye.